Okay.
Yeah, because I
Take it
lost
back.
the connection. Hi again, everyone in the internet.
Welcome
Hey,
back.
friends. Sorry about that. Inexplicably, I was disconnected.
Ghost.
Just Alex.
We're
though.
back now. Yeah, just me, not Jeff. It was a ghost. It was the haunted headphones.
Don't blame that on haunted headphones. They're encased in
Blame it on the
plastic.
haunt-
Did you put salt around it?
haunted
No.
headphones.
Okay.
I'm gonna salt my headphones. That's not good for them.
No, wait, put
Nothing
salt
will
around
ever
it.
grow in those
Hey,
headphones
Wellens.
again,
It's
Alex.
true.
Represent. Do what?
Nothing will ever grow in those headphones again.
Good.
We can't salt them.
What were we doing? We were
I was
discussing-
interacting with a ghost
Oh yeah, so you
and
were
trying to
shoving
figure out
bookcases.
bookcases. Yeah, I was trying
Okay.
to see whether the bookcase might move, and whether maybe somebody was like hiding behind the secret bookcase, like in Nancy Drew.
You don't see anybody behind the bookcase.
Is there like a room behind the bookcase, or is there just wall behind? Like,
There seems to be a wall behind the bookcase.
does the bookcase move when I try and move
Sure.
it?
It's a bookcase.
Okay.
Yeah,
Does it move easily? Because a 5-foot tall bookcase full of books shouldn't move easily.
It does move kind of easily, yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna keep moving it because that's suspicious.
Okay, so you've moved the bookcase out of the way, and everyone's a little bit surprised because it seems like they would be harder to move.
Right? Because they
Yeah.
should be. And I get.
A lot of books.
So
Right.
they just sort of not quite roll out of the way. I guess it's carpeted, but the office is carpeted. But when you're moving the things, they don't drag the carpet or snag or anything.
Weird.
Yeah. So yeah, now you've got this big wall behind you.
I'm gonna turn around and look at the ghost and see if he's telling me anything.
Another shrug.
Shrug.
The ghost
Okay.
doesn't seem to know what happened.
He's never walked through his wall.
It has, yeah, to the best of your knowledge, sure, at least from what you can tell from looking at the ghost. The ghost didn't know that you could walk through a wall or whatever.
I guess, yeah, I'm gonna, like. I guess, should I roll to investigate this wall?
Yeah. You want to investigate the wall?
Gonna
What would you be
investigate
doing
the
to
wall.
investigate the
For
wall?
seams.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm looking
Check
for
for
seams,
air.
putting my hand on it to see if it's actually a wall or if it just looks like a wall.
Okay.
Yeah, checking for air
Hold up your
drafts,
lighter and
like
see
in
which way it
Indiana
turns.
Jones.
Okay.
The second one, you know. No, that's the first one. Sorry.
That's the first one.
Yeah. See anything suspicious or abnormal about this wall.
Okay.
And I'm gonna claim one of my power tags
Fur
saying
babies.
that no, not my fur babies. They can't help me. They're at home. That I have great reflexes. So if anything moves and is a trap,
Okay.
I can leap out of the
Nice.
way or something. I guess that's it. That's a 10!
10. Why, that's
Plus
another
1.
hit. And I don't think I get to pick anything from the table on
Ah,
this
ha
one.
ha ha ha. Why
Double
oh.
check. Investigate clues equals power. Okay. So you're feeling around on the wall, and it looks like whoever constructed this did a pretty good job, because if the judge didn't know and they were here this whole time, then this must certainly be a professional job. You do feel a seam, and while you're putting your hands around feeling on it, you can sort of feel that the wall behind it is hollow, but you probably wouldn't notice that, because if you go too high, it's solid again, and if you go back down to what was covered by the bookcases, you get sort of a hollow sound behind it.
And there is a seam, you said?
There is a seam. You could pull on the seam, you could drive a
Chisel
chisel.
into that.
I'm gonna. Ooh. Are all of you except
Morgan.
Owen
Everyone except for
in the room with me?
Owen is in the room, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna turn around because I assume people are like staring at me funny because I moved bookcases and now I'm beating on the wall.
After waving.
And gesturing at the ghost who,
Shrugging. Pointing.
nobody else can see.
Just walking around behind the body for a while.
Right. So I'm gonna say, hey guys, I think there's a secret room behind this wall. I'm gonna try and open it.
Okay.
Cool. We should do that.
Okay.
Anybody want to help me?
Yeah, sure.
Guys, what method? How are
Said the
you
one-armed
trying to open
lady.
it?
I guess first thing I'm just gonna try like kind of pushing on it and see if it moves in any direction. Or like pull on the seam.
Pulling on the seam, sort of. When you pull on the seam, you can see that it's a little bit more visible. Like you're starting to make some headway on moving it. It'd take probably more than just you. You might enlist some help. You might attempt to hit the door with all you've got.
Uh-oh.
Just say, for example.
So she's got other people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, do we have like
Well,
a broom or something we can use as a lever?
Sure.
That potted plant that
Or
CC
crowbar?
vomited in.
Yeah, there'd be a crowbar. Not in his office, but you could grab one.
somewhere.
Yeah, in the janitor's closet across the hall.
KCC sings off, I'm gonna go find a crowbar.
Okay. So you run off, you come back. It was just in the janitor's
Oh,
closet. They
neat.
weren't
Okay,
hiding it.
here you go.
People use crowbars for non-illegal activities.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah.
Like opening
I mean-
sewers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Otto's not buying it.
Here you go.
So yeah, you've got your crowbar. Go ahead and have
Okay.
at it.
I'm gonna roll to
Hit the
hit
crowbar
it with all
every
I've got.
wall you have.
Using
I'm
the
still gonna
crowbar
claim
as a
great
plus one, I
reflexes.
suppose.
Yep.
And I'm also gonna just claim Krav Maga as a power tag
That
because
works.
it makes me strong.
Using
So you got
crowbar
+2
the
to your
power
roll.
of Krav Maga.
Oh, that's bad.
6 plus 2.
6 plus 2, that's an
That's
8.
is
I guess
8,
that's not
which is
like
a hit.
terrible.
And that's a hit with all you've got. So you pick from the table, and in the table, you can gain the upper hand here.
Take that
Okay.
wall.
As you pry it open, you find that there's a secret passageway behind the
Shit!
Whoa!
bookcases.
Hey, Alice!
So Alice has just been like watching this whole scene.
In horror.
Like, well, I mean, I guess if Davies said you guys could come in, then this is fine. A little bit more advanced warning in the future would be very much appreciated. We would probably want to look at that hallway for clues,
Good investigation.
like forensic evidence, if you guys don't mind. And of course, since Davies gave you guys the go-ahead, you can do whatever you want.
Dust the cave for fingerprints.
We've opened this door for you.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Nailed it.
Let's get forensics in here, you think?
Yeah. It'll take us maybe like half an hour or so to have a good look at this up front. So if you want to just give us that time, and yeah, there's that.
Hey, I'm gonna text Chief Davies. Captain Davies. Found a secret passage in Judge Irving's office.
Okay.
Exclamation point.
There's a pause, and you get a text back that's like, "Wow, it almost sounds like a real caper." So I guess that's how you solve the issue of the locked room murder, huh? It's an
Why does he
archetype
seem
in mystery
so
fiction.
It's true.
Do what?
I said, why does he seem so disinterested?
Probably because he's got a job.
Like he knew it was there the whole time. Whatever.
This is
Captain
his job,
Davies.
right?
yeah.
Does he have a second gig?
He does not have a
Working
second
for the
gig that you know
Yakuza.
about.
Oh, shit.
Ooh, them's fighting words.
Am I gonna fight the shark man?
So, yeah, so they'll do a preliminary look through. Are you guys just waiting for them to conduct their research?
What is it, like
We-
6:30?
We should go in the secret passage.
6:15, 6:30. So they ask politely for like 5 minutes to look ahead and give you the go ahead
5 minutes of the
afterwards,
30.
if you're willing to wait.
Patrick suggests that the group go get dinner.
I don't want to get that secret passage as soon as possible.
I'm hungry.
Friend, can you like detect the aura of bombs or anything? We can just make
Ooh.
sure that there's something bad inside.
Go for forensics.
I cannot detect the auras of non-living things.
Can you detect the aura of ghosts yet to be that might have been exploded by bombs?
So people,
Yeah.
yes, but I can't tell whether people are about to be exploded by a bomb from their aura.
So someone's aura
The
doesn't
ghost
look.
waves to get your attention.
Oh.
again.
Ooh.
Looking
Hold
at
on.
the ghosts.
Because it's been hearing your conversation as well as a ghost is able to hear.
Nice.
And it tugs on its ear, right?
Okay.
Oh, so
uh-huh.
good.
And
Sounds like.
It waves its hand,
No,
but it's
okay.
not trying to do proper charades. But it indicates its ear again, and then does like a little sort of jitterbuggy thing, because it doesn't really know how best to do
Convey
this.
music.
And so he points, and then he points at himself,
Mhm.
and then he points at his ear,
Mhm.
and he indicates again, and shrugs. Yeah, feel
What
free
do
to
you
communicate.
hear?
And he does the
Music.
jitterbug thing again.
It's either the jitterbug or Michigan J Frog.
Did you hear music? Cece
One
did
of
not
these,
say.
and it
Removes
ghost-
his
Well,
jaw.
I mean, I
indicates
can't
as though
see
something
him.
is coming from its mouth.
Oh, creepy.
You hear music?
Creepy.
Now?
Yeah,
No.
not now.
Before.
Yeah.
Coming from the hallway?
There's a shrug.
What kind of music?
Jitterbug. I think that's singing.
Just does the singing? Did you know the song? Not a familiar, not a top 40?
Not a top 40, no.
No.
Does it sound like Fly Like an Eagle?
No.
Right?
Was it a man or a woman?
Holds up a 3, thinking that that's a strong indicator of a W.
Of a W?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Shit.
It's the lady ghost.
Okay.
Cool.
Guys, the Judge Irving
Guys,
heard
hold on,
a lady
guys.
singing before he died.
That's not good.
Wait, how do you do this? Have we established that she can see ghosts? I don't know if we
No,
established.
it's never been established out loud.
So all
she
this
just
is
looks
real
What
crazy.
do you mean?
So, Judge Irving heard a lady singing
I
before
heard you
he
said
died?
first time. I'm wondering how you knew that.
Okay, so remember when Patrick said we should go to dinner? I feel like we should go to dinner and like talk about what we can do.
I'm okay with that. Forensics isn't done yet. Patrick over there with the stink eye.
We get closer.
I'm like looking around.
You're amongst friends.
Because, like, I trust Alice, but I don't know that I trust, like, all these other regular cops.
Patrick.
That's fair.
You know, as people. Are there, like, hey, anybody know of a real good restaurant right near the courthouse?
Does someone want to know the answer to that question or no?
I would actually know the answer to
Yay.
that question.
So
There's a really
there's
good
a
sandwich up 2 blocks down.
Hey, sandwiches are
Making
tough.
that's
stuff.
acceptable.
Ghosts.
Well, that was
Ghosts.
spooky.
So we didn't hear a woman singing first.
What? Sorry, well, I did not actually hear the answer to the
Joe
restaurant
said that
question.
there was. Avery said that there was a sandwich shop 2 blocks down, which is accurate. It's just past the church.
Alex has a map.
So does
Good
Joe.
call.
Nice. Okay. Is that good with everybody?
Yeah.
Is it a quiet sandwich shop?
Is it a quiet sandwich shop, Joe?
Like during the day, no. I've never really been there this late at night. So I've always been there for like a lunch thing.
Okay, well. You guys want to check it out? Okay, and I'm also
The
gonna.
ghost just told me I heard a lady singing. We should eat.
We should get sandwiches.
We should go get some
Sandwiches.
sandwiches. I'm gonna
Okay.
text Owen.
Oh, what exactly are you gonna text?
I'm gonna
Owen?
text Owen.
The ghost says.
No.
We're getting sandwiches.
I'm gonna text Owen.
Uh-huh.
We're getting sandwiches for dinner. Do you get a dinner break? We're gonna chat, and it would be nice if you could come.
Still working. Is this important? Question mark? Send?
Send. Yeah, probably. No dinner break?
How close by walking is it to the sandwich? I guess
You could
What
take the metro.
sandwich shop.
There's a subway station not too far from you.
Okay.
You could metro over there in like 10-15 minutes. It's kind of fortunate because there's a metro stop near you, and there's a metro stop
stop
near the
over there.
municipal court.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll close up the shop for dinner. I'm the only one here. And
No, you're
I'll
also
see you. He was there at 9 o'clock in the morning. It's not done now.
Shit.
Yeah.
I'll text him back. Thanks. Just like 30 minutes.
It's like me getting on the metro and then going back. Anyway.
Dinner will only take like 30 minutes. Your travel time is your business.
All right.
That's a you
15
problem.
minutes total.
All right. Close up shop.
Do you know is Vicky still watching?
She didn't say that she was going anywhere.
Okay. If she is, I would be curious because I think after I got
Oh.
disconnected, it got stable.
It does seem fine.
Yeah. But
She said I had to leave
oh, that's fine.
at 10:17.
They disappeared and reappeared. Magic!
That is what she said.
Okay. So you guys are going to get your sandwiches.
What's the name of the sandwich shop?
I didn't name that shop. There's an empty building. For those of you who haven't put it together, I have a map.
What's the name of the sandwich shop, Joe?
The Sandwich.
SAND space WITCH.
Yep.
All right.
Are the sandwiches good?
Oh, apple.
They're really passable. Like you're not gonna eat that.
Like Jimmy John's. They're
Yeah,
fine
like-
sandwiches, I guess.
Their bread is great.
The bread is good.
Jimmy John's.
Jimmy
Yeah.
John's. They have good bread.
They
You
do.
don't
It's
realize
fine, I
how
guess.
good Jimmy
That's
John's
very
are
good.
until you don't have Jimmy John's available.
Oh wow,
to
you sound hurt.
I feel like I'd be fine if I didn't have Jimmy John's.
I wouldn't.
I've got a Jimmy John's a block from my house. I've been there twice in my life.
I literally do not remember the last time I've been to Jimmy John's. I'm sure I've eaten Jimmy
Yesterday.
John's sandwiches at least twice in my life.
Here yesterday?
Yeah.
Wow. Jimmy John's is love.
We got a Big John with banana peppers.
Here's my only thing about
We used
Jimmy
to get them
John's,
all the
right?
time with
Like,
you.
yes, they have good bread, and they have, like, good ingredients and stuff, but I always just feel like I could make one of those sandwiches.
Sure.
Like,
That would
so why am I going to pay someone else to make one of those sandwiches for me? I could go to literally any other sandwich shop and get a sandwich that I couldn't just make at home.
If you really feel that way, you can buy the bread at closing from Jimmy John's for like 50 cents
It's true.
a loaf.
yeah.
What
I
else?
could literally
People are
make a
missing
Jimmy
out on
John's
this
sandwich at
high-level
home.
Jimmy John's tech.
Yes.
I don't know if you got that good bit of bread though.
So
And
that's
you'd have
good
to scoop the
secondary.
bread to make it good.
They'll scoop your bread at Subway if you ask them to.
Okay.
So
Well,
yeah,
where are we?
you guys are getting your sandwiches
The
at the sandwich
sandwich.
shop.
Are we
Talking.
having this discussion at the sandwich shop?
I'm not. I'm on the
Talking
metro.
about sandwiches because I'll hang out.
What are you guys talking about at the sandwich? The sandwich.
Cece thinks we should, like, clear the air about all of our powers and stuff.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's interesting.
I'm talking about what you know and can do.
Okay.
You wanna lead with that?
So,
Sure, yeah.
The relevant information here, you all knew that I could, like, you know, help people heal a little.
I don't think we did know
I don't
that.
think that
Did you
at
not
all,
know that?
No, every
No.
time we've done it in secret.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's been
Does
twice.
nobody know about any of my powers?
No.
Oh, man.
They've felt soothed around you occasionally.
I kind of
Okay.
screamed at the
That's-
club.
Before I threw it down the sewer.
So I didn't really realize
I
that
can heal
until right
people,
now.
see ghosts, and make you feel okay about it.
I can, yeah. So yeah, I can kind of encourage people to heal quickly. I can see ghosts if they want me to see them, and I can see people's auras, which doesn't tell me a lot about them, but just like generally what kind of person they are, and sometimes whether or not they have powers.
When a person is dead, do they still give off an aura?
No, but sometimes they have a ghost,
Okay.
which is like an aura.
Oh, okay. Just about ghosts.
Also, I can talk to my cats,
We can all talk to your
and
cats.
they talk back. My cats understand me when I talk to them, and then they make themselves understood. It's not as interesting as you might think at first. Fun fact.
So you talked to a ghost of Judge Irving?
I did. Yeah, he was still in the office.
Is that how you knew about the bookcase?
It is. Ghosts don't so much like talk as sort of like gesture and
Like
kind of
charades.
like, yeah, give a vague impression. So
Bad
I didn't like know that there was a secret hallway or anything. He just said that the person came from behind him, and then like those bookcases moved too easily.
At this point, I enter the sandwich shop. And see if I can see
Start
them,
over.
I guess.
And see if you can what?
See them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
They're
They've joined my group.
big obvious group.
Hey, Owen.
Hey guys, what's going on?
She can see ghosts.
You can see ghosts?
So Cece thought it would be a good idea if we all got together and sort of like hashed out what we can all do.
Is that what you
That's
texted
not-
me
no,
about
that's
at
not what
5:30?
we're
No.
Okay.
We wanted to get together and talk about why Corinne knew there was a secret entrance and why she knew the judge was saying certain things to her.
Oh, whoa,
That's
whoa,
why
whoa.
Okay,
We
I've
gotta
got-
catch Otto up on
I've got
all
a
this.
few, Owen, I've got a
Oh,
few
my bad.
questions.
Bam.
What judge? What secret passage? You can see ghosts?
I can see ghosts, but only if they want me to see them. Also,
Alright.
my cats talk to me, and I can heal people-ish.
Neat, but somewhat irrelevant.
That's the recap of the conversation you just missed.
No, the secret passage and the judge are not anything to do with your cats.
That's true.
I've got like 15 minutes before I gotta go back home.
So the reason
Gotta
she
work.
texted you is because we have a case. Here's
Okay,
what we know
involving a
about the
judge and a
case.
secret
Yeah.
passage.
Yeah.
But not cats.
Judge Pierce Irving is dead. It looked like a suicide, but we're pretty sure it wasn't a suicide. He was hanged, and his ghost was still in the room, and helped us discover that there was a secret passage in his room, and the ghost told me that he heard a lady singing before he died.
But you texted me about the sandwich meetup. Not any of that.
I texted you earlier that we had a case,
I
and
saw
you
the-
said
the
you were
side-eye
at work.
Avery, that was good.
Figured I wouldn't bother you with the details since you were at work. until Cece decided we should all get together and like tell each other about all of our powers, and I figured that was a conversation you should be part of since you're like part of this team.
That's not the premise of this meeting. The premise of this meeting is to understand how you knew a ghost heard a woman's voice before he died.
He
Which
told
woman's
me.
voice?
We don't know that.
Does he work with women?
One, his administrative assistant, his executive assistant.
Did he recognize the voice?
He did not.
It was a
Okay.
woman's singing voice. Does that ring
Not a
any-
song he recognized, not a voice he recognized.
Okay.
Who do you think that was, Owen?
I guess not anyone he worked with.
Yeah, no. I'm really
Did it come
worried.
from the secret passage?
Not sure, seems likely.
Okay.
I'm really worried that it was Celeste, and I know that that's not what we're here to talk about, but I'm a little troubled about that.
I'm gonna excuse myself real quick, see if I can text my boss, and see if it's okay if I just close up the shop for the day. It's been sort of slow anyway.
Okay, I mean, we
Okay.
don't want to make you...
This seems more important than sandwiches.
Okay, so we are getting sandwiches because forensics needed some time. Like, we didn't just peace out from the crime scene.
Nice.
Okay.
So while Owen is texting his boss, anybody else want to go about what they can do?
I made a man run 3 miles today.
Specific superpower.
Ow.
I told him to give me his keys and run 3 miles, and he did.
I guess
And then
I'd
I
like
like have this really sly smirk.
sort of overhear it. Could you have made him run further?
Yeah, but 3 miles seemed enough for him.
Okay.
Whew.
That's fair.
Alright. Neat.
That's all I'm giving.
Who? I have so many questions.
Is it everybody or just men?
It seems to work better with men.
Have you tried it on lesbians?
Interesting.
I've not, but I don't have a really good signal for that anyway, so I wouldn't be able to tell.
You know, the weakness of LGBT. That doesn't make sense.
No, but
And
like,
or
there's
would
a
it
factor
work
of it.
less well on gay men?
Sorry, say that again.
I said, and or would it work less well on gay men? Does it work less well on gay men?
Is it based on attraction to you?
And you see her eyes perk up. She's like, I know what I'm gonna try this weekend.
Okay, well, good luck with that. Don't get in trouble. Anybody else?
I don't have them do anything bad. I'm not making them fly off of buildings.
No, that's
That's
evil.
good.
We've discerned that.
Too soon.
Too soon.
Bernard had a family.
Of flying off of buildings. I've been
Made
known
myself
to
sad.
fly a little.
A little?
Aren't you a
Like-
pilot?
Yeah, you're a helicopter
Yeah,
pilot.
but fly without the helicopter.
Like other things?
Is that why you were trying to get Patrick to fly?
Yeah. Sorry, Patrick. Your flight technique needs a bit of work. Sorry about the whole encouraging you to jump and explore your urges there.
I don't know that it's so much about technique.
It's like you have to have a certain ability in the first place.
Not very aerodynamic. Just as a person.
Okay.
Nice.
That covers 3 of you.
It's true.
3 of us. 3 down.
You don't have to. I'm not gonna twist anyone's arm.
Anybody else want to share? We've seen Patrick go invisible.
That's true. Whole
No, that
floating
is true.
backpack.
It's true. I remember that time.
Patrick, is there anything else you want to share? Glare.
Not good at glaring.
No.
It came across.
He's at practice.
Okay.
Owen, what's your super secret? Are you a super librarian?
I mean, I'm good at my job, but I don't feel like that's what you're asking.
I'm being a little diminutive. I'm sorry.
That sounds like
I
Avery.
thought Owen was a locksmith.
I
and
have lock-picking
practices
skills.
lockpicking
This is yours.
in his free
Oh,
He is a
good.
librarian.
Nice.
He is a librarian. That is his
Oh,
day job.
I had him totally framed a different way.
The police occasionally ask him about. They bring him on as consult for lockpicking stuff, but that's not his trade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now he's consulting about other things.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. So I guess the technical term for it is psychometry, but basically I can touch things and see what happened to them or around them before.
Well, that's useful.
You'd think.
Huh.
So that would leave Cece if she felt like sharing.
This whole meeting was her idea. I feel like she ought to feel like sharing.
I'm just so happy that we're sharing because I've just been holding it in for so long and not able to talk to anyone. And I'm just so glad that we're all finally sharing because it's such a burden just to like,
How long
not
did
be able to
forensics say
talk
that would
to
be?
somebody about.
Probably like 10, 15 more minutes.
All right.
Yeah, we can probably head back soon.
No, you're not getting off the hook that early.
Okay.
Easy.
So I can communicate with marine life, which makes my job a lot easier than it ought to be.
Like Aquaman.
Yeah, like I talked to Kaya about what happened, and I don't know if you guys know this,
Who's
but
Kaya?
the whale.
The whale we
Kaya's
found on the
friends.
beach.
Sorry, I didn't talk to Kaya.
Oh!
I talked to her friends. And
Whales have friends.
Good to know.
there's more to that whole whale story there that has actually been really freaking me out, and is the reason that I'm helping out with all of this and so interested in what's going on with Corinne and everything. I also don't know if you guys heard me scream in the nightclub. I don't know how other people interpret that or what's going on, but I can use a form of sonic screaming as a shield. So that's how I was able to not hear Celeste's song in the nightclub. So that helped. I don't know if that's something that other people can hear, how that works for you.
So when you say shield,
Mm-hmm.
what does that mean?
It usually projects as a physical barrier. This is something that I've worked with a lot, because I also can move water, which is fun to work on. So I've worked on this just a little bit.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Neat.
I think that's it. It just feels so good to tell someone, because I haven't told anyone. Not my mom.
You're not
my
feeling it, Patrick?
boyfriend, Not anybody.
Left as soon as she started blubbering the first time. I tried to say that, but we were all talking over each other.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, he's not here.
That's fine.
Patrick's just gone.
Took
He's
a
out.
sandwich and left.
Sorry, emotions aren't his thing.
Okay.
Alright.
So you've all done your, let's say show and tell, but mostly tell.
Mostly tell. Questions?
That your time would have passed. The initial forensics would have been done.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
So if you guys wanted to go back, I won't make you, but we'll just assume you did.
Good
Seems
share, guys. We
reasonable.
grew as a team.
Yay.
Plus
Alright.
1 to friendship.
That's useful.
When you get back,
Simple.
Alice is standing there, pointing and talking to some other forensic scientists. I
Not
guess
to the
other
ghost.
forensic scientists is the right way to say it. As far as you know, she's the only one with the OCCB, the Organized Crime Control Bureau. She notices that you guys are back. And says, "Oh, hey, did you bring me back in?" It's all right. No, I'm not concerned about it.
Oh.
It's okay.
I pull a sandwich out of my pocket.
Oh, nice. Thank you for the pocket sandwich. She
Pocket
says,
sandwich.
"Do it."
Pocket sand.
Sandwich. From the. I got you. So yeah. it looks to us, based on... I'm not one of the dirt guys. She
The dirt
says.
guys?
The soil scientists.
Okay.
Whatever we call them.
I gotcha. Like geologists.
Yeah, geologists. If we call that a real study of
Gotcha.
science.
Ooh, shots fired.
She's saying that like in a playful way, and they're like not as enjoyable.
Sure, because they're geologists.
Because they're geologists, and you have to be humorless to be a geologist.
It's true, and lick rocks
And lick rocks.
for science.
Science, it's important.
She says it.
Rest in peace, Eric. We don't know.
It is their professional medical opinion that
It's not a medical opinion.
you're right. It's not a medical opinion.
Really, doctors.
It's their professional opinion that these tunnels are, or were, I guess is the right frame of mind, constructed around the 1920s, 1930s, which would
So
put them
weird thing
about the era of
Can you see
prohibition.
it?
Oh.
Yes.
The stretchies.
So there's that. As
So
far
that's
as we can
fine.
tell, it shouldn't be booby trapped, or at least we haven't found any booby traps. We've gone
How far did you go in?
maybe about 100 yards or so. It's pretty deep, but we came back because, I'd like to be here with the bodies. I don't like it.
Bodies?
It's my job.
Is there
body,
another?
singular body. One
Okay.
body. My
Alice.
mistake. But all I'm saying is my
Top
area of
secrets between
expertise is
different
back
bodies.
here with the recently departed, and I don't really feel like climbing into a dark thing tunnel.
That's
Sure.
fair.
So, you guys want to go in? We've got some flashlights. She grabs a bag. There's 6 flashlights.
How big is the tunnel? Does it get smaller as it goes
It's 4 feet tall at the end, or pardon me, 5 feet tall at the entrance. You'd have to duck in order to get in. It gets a little bit taller, probably towards 6 feet, even as you get deeper into the tunnel. And it's wide enough that you don't feel. I mean, you'd only feel claustrophobic because it's a tunnel.
Deeper down, right?
Deeper in, it does go down. Yes, it probably goes down maybe like not straight down, but down
At a
30
grade.
feet or so.
Okay.
in? Over the course of the 100 feet, 100 yards?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, well.
So speak. Let's go.
You seem a little bit distressed.
Are we just gonna go down these tunnels?
Well, the good news is the first 100 yards have already been explored,
That's true, and they're booby trap list from what we've heard.
as far as we know.
I'm sure if you guys were, I mean, you probably know about the tunnel that runs from Tappan Street Brewery over to the Jade Garden Park, right?
Oh, sure, they do
Tappan
tours
Street
on
Brewery.
weekends.
It used to be an old speakeasy from back in the day. They do what's the word? Tours.
Do.
I would imagine that this is probably constructed around the same time or in the same vein. So if you talk to somebody about that, they might be able to. There might be some records if you guys wanted a little bit more preparation before you went in. And if not, no, that's fine too. Fly by the seat of your pants, go for it.
What do you think, guys?
Also
General
work at a library that specializes in
Yes.
historical records.
Ooh.
Prohibition was big in the history days.
It's true. What's up, Jeff?
No, yeah. General question is like, who do we think would know about this tunnel if it's been
The
hidden
Yakuza.
in such a way where they like a judge didn't know about it that was in there for however many years?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do we know like any of the history of the gangs and like whether or not any of those gangs were around at that time?
The Irish Mafia, the Vietnamese Mafia, the Yakuza, all came in around the 60s onwards. So this would have been stuff constructed by the Italian Mafia way back in the day. And as far as you know, the Italian Mafia were not differently powered.
Okay.
Or could have been Prohibition thing.
Yeah, I mean it probably was, but that's
Yeah.
Hmm.
It may not be mob related as mine.
Owen works in
Are
a
you talking to
library
Nathan?
that specializes in historical records.
It's true. Could check there if we wanted a little bit more information
Yeah, I
about.
think Nathan's muted.
Nathan, are you saying words?
No,
Oh, no,
no,
he's
you're
just
quiet.
quiet.
Just
I thought I
really
heard
quiet.
a ghost. Sounded
Oh,
like you.
no, I meant when we're talking about if the tunnel was used for prohibition, it's clearly not being used for that now.
Right.
Yeah.
Private
Like no one's
prohibition
smuggling
ended.
stuff into this judge's chamber.
Right.
Right, but
Least of all
about
alcohol. Maybe rope, but not alcohol.
Marijuana.
Could be.
Yeah, we don't know who was doing what with it.
Also, didn't you say he kept going like this when you were talking about behind him? So it seems like he didn't know about the tunnel.
That is the impression I got for sure.
I believe that.
Well, let's find out what's on the other end of the tunnel.
Banana.
Okay.
Insists that he gets his own flashlight.
That's fair.
There are
There's
six
six.
flashlights.
Six.
Um,
has lights. It's not a problem.
Okay. He thought finally be two, and he wanted one.
It's okay, Patrick.
That's
We're not all
fair.
good at it.
He wasn't listening.
Also, if you touched him, like,
Ah,
that's quite
why
great.
would you do it twice?
I did it
So I'm gonna
well,
go
'cause I
ahead
had to-
and as you guys are gearing up to go into these deep dank tunnels, I'm gonna call it for this session, and
That's
hopefully
fair.
we'll meet back up again in less time than a month. Just because I'm trying to call it before it gets too late, before we all burn out.
That's fair.
I feel like this is a good stopping
But
point.
yeah,
Yeah.
If you guys
Scary tunnel.
wanted to
cliffhanger.
Suspense.
geek out, yeah, this will be your
Total
cliffhanger, and I
review.
guess I'll just live with always having a 2-part episode. That's fine. If no
One
cares,
day.
that's fine.
I mean, if you could start writing, or if you could stop writing 6-hour episodes.
I'm sorry. I didn't think that it was 6 hours long. And we went and got sandwiches. But that was
it's
important.
true, we did.
It was-
we
it
did
was good for me.
sandwiches.
Forensics asked for like half an hour. What are we just gonna
That's
stand
true.
around and
That's
stare
true.
at each other?
No, that would be a waste of time. This is much better.
Okay, we're
Yeah.
geeking
Uh,
out.
Corinne, we gotta work on your conveyance of important information.
I told you all what the ghost saw.
I love how Owen dealt with that situation.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you guys?
Good locker room.
My favorite
Yeah.
in-character moment of the night was with the news lady.
Oh, the news lady was a great
Dude,
Sarah
one.
Sanders.
burned so fast. I thought she was gonna have more speaking lines than that, but she couldn't. Not after that.
Yeah.
Who's
Not
coming
after
out
that.
of the building?
I wasn't even like trying really hard to be like shut her down. I was
Right
just
off the
like,
cuff.
why would you?
Passive sass.
Why would you stop someone who's coming into the building?
She thought she could talk to you. She thought you might have known something.
I know I'm supposed to be here.
That was some funny shit.
That was funny.
Yeah.
I could picture Patrick putting on different items of clothing whenever he was practicing invisibility in
Yes.
front of the mirror. Like hats.
Yeah.
It's also cool.
Backpacks. Yeah.
It's also cool because it was also cool because I think we all worked on our mythos last time in downtime. I think maybe question mark.
I think
I
Brian.
know
But it
a
was
lot of
cool
people
to-
use their mythos to explore the problem.
Case.
The problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were working the case with the myth.
It's true.
I need to find
I
out
got
more
some work
about that
done at
whale
work.
shit.
That's good.
It is.
Because again, it would be hilarious
That's where I work.
to take something from you. I think that's kind of one of the interesting facets of City of Mist is that if you neglect your mystery for too long, then it goes away. And if you neglect real life things, just like in real life,
Mhm.
they tend to not be there. That's interesting to me.
Right.
If you don't use it, you lose it.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Finger guts.
All right, well, good session. I'll go ahead and I'll hit the stop streaming button.
Good work, guys.
Bye.